Hello and welcome back to my channel. In last week's video, I've taken you on my trip to Kuala Lumpur, and in today's video I'm going to show you around Singapore, which is one of my favorite places to travel to. This was footage from my second trip to Singapore. If you haven't seen the footage from my last trip to Singapore, you can check out the video that I will include right up here, which was from my trip in 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic. So in today's video, I will show you what I did on 2 days in Singapore because given Singapore's prices, I usually try to stay there only for a short time, but get a lot of things done. So on arrival, I went to the Peranakan Houses, which are traditional, colorful houses, which were just, it's a beautiful residential neighborhood with a different type of architecture, and that was really fun to see. After that, I went more to the downtown area of Singapore and first went to the traditional Raffles Hotel, a very historic hotel in the center of the city, which goes back to British origins. After that, I went to the Marina Bay Sands shopping mall and casino and ended the day at the gardens by the bay, and also walking around the Marina Bay Sands at night with all the lights, and it's pretty spectacular. So let's get right into it and check out Singapore by day and by night. I hope you can see why I like Singapore, because it's just such a fascinating and beautiful city full of cultural differences. And on my second day, I decided to explore more the natural side of the city. And I started the day by hiking in the McRitchie Reservoir, including the treetop walk. And even though Singapore is a city, and like, of course, there are the skyscrapers and lots of people, you can easily get out into really natural places where you can go on really nice hikes. Although, of course, given that they're still in the city area, they're not as long as they would be in very big natural parks. But I think the hike that I did probably took an hour and a half in total. And after enjoying the nature at the McRitchie Reservoir, I took the bus and went to the Botanical Gardens of Singapore, which were also really beautiful. At the end of the day, I just took the bus and drove around the city a little bit to see it from top of the double-decker buses. And the buses and the public transportation in Singapore is really good, and they're a good way to explore the city. On this trip, I didn't do so much cultural stuff, but that's what you can see in the video that I mentioned earlier, that I took in 2020. I'll link it right up here again, so that if you haven't checked it out earlier, you can do so now. And now let's get into the footage from my second day in Singapore. At the end of the second day in Singapore, I met up with one of my best friends from Germany who was also traveling in Asia at the time. And we met in Singapore and then took the bus over to Johor Bahru in Malaysia at night. And then went to a beautiful island in Malaysia, the Tioman Island, where we went snorkeling and hiking and all kinds of fun stuff. But to see that, you will have to come back next week, next Tuesday, where I will take you swimming and on a beautiful island in Malaysia. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Write in the comments down below to feed the algorithm a little bit, but also to let me know what you think of the video, if you've been to Singapore, if you want to go there. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next week from Malaysia. Bye!